Hi everybody, Courtney Gruen Holes back here for a kind of special video. So it's not really Halloween related and it has nothing to do with my books. I just wanted to get on here and make a video because since becoming a mom, a first time mom I might add, I've had to adapt myself to my world revolving around my daughter. And it's not easy, it really isn't. So when I get time to myself, when she's with her grandparents, I have time to myself. So in something that's kind of different, I'm going to be talking about something that I've learned to enjoy since becoming a mom. Now, trying to struggle to find something child appropriate for my child to watch that's not going to drive me absolutely bonkers with songs and stuff like that, I thought was going to be hard. But at the beginning of September of this year, now that my daughter is 1 year old and going past that into almost being 17 months old at the end of this month, I have now found something that a lot of parents have found before, and it actually has a really good following among kids and parents. If you couldn't tell already, because you can't hardly read my shirt happens to say, "Oh, biscuits." And that is the catchphrase of Bandit Healer, dad of Bluey. Yep. This is a video about why I like Bluey. So, Bluey is a 6-year-old blue heeler. That's an Australian cattle dog. It's the coloration of them. They're not actually blue, but it's a cartoon. So, she's a 6-year-old blue heeler who lives in Australia with her mum, her dad, and her little sister, Bingo. So, both Bluey and Bingo are girls. A lot of people wonder about that, but if you listen closely, they say like she and sister, but yeah. So they live in Brisbane, Australia with their parents and their friends. So they have their dad, Bandit, and they have their mum, Chili. And in the show, they play all sorts of different games and get the parents involved, but not only just the parents, their friends, and even the parents of Bluey and Bingo's little friends get involved in the games, and they're very imaginative and, something for a child to use their imagination with. So I'm going to sit my little friends right here and bring them back every once in a while in this video because they're just so cute. I also have Mackenzie, Lucky, and Chloe as plushes too. I bought them for my daughter, but I kind of like them too because she didn't take them at first, and they were almost going to be like my toys, my little collectible toys, but she likes them now. But I came across the first episode that I can remember seeing of Bluey that I watched that I liked was Ice Cream. And it was the episode where it's ice cream, bad mood, and double babysitter. That was the first episode of Bluey that I ever saw on the TV. And I sat there and watched it and was surprised that it did not annoy me. Because most of the time cartoons geared for younger children are annoying. They try to teach lessons, but either the child is annoying, the parents are annoying, there are annoying songs. This is nothing like that for me. I actually enjoy it. Probably a little bit more than my daughter does, but she's only about to be 17 months old. So I'm hoping as she grows older, she's going to like it a whole lot more because I already do. This shirt that I got, of course, is from TeePublic, and I have 2 other Bluey shirts that I found. I tried to find one for her, but I found these for me. But she knew exactly what this was the moment she saw it. But it was created by Joe Brum, and it was created in Australia and debuted here in September of 2019. I became pregnant around that time, but I never sat down and watched it before. Even when I was still pregnant and, Corona and COVID was going on like crazy and we were all having to stay inside. And then, of course, I had a child. So, but I never got to sit down and watch it because I thought it was going to be something that was going to, not be my cup of tea. But ever since September, when I started watching this show, I love it to pieces. My world kind of revolves around when Bluey's on TV. It's on when I fix me and my daughter lunch. It's on when I do some of my chores around the house. It's on when I'm making dinner. So it's now a part of our schedule. We sit down and we watch it. It comes on late at night. I watch it with my daughter to try to get her to settle down. Sometimes my husband sits and watches it with us. So, of course, me and my husband are completely different people. We both have our toys, as we call it. I have like my Funko Pops. He has his Funko Pops. He has his, computer games and racing games and his sports and stuff that he likes. I've got my horror novels, my romance novels, and an actually very childlike mentality. I love cartoons. I like being animated and stuff, and eventually when my daughter gets older and she wants to play, Mama's probably going to be the one who's going to be doing stuff like nail salons and beauty parlors. My husband is not going to be that kind of dad. I can kind of already see it. So I guess I'm sort of impressed with how, even though it's a cartoon show, it's geared towards the parents too. I mean, there are some shout outs in there. There's a little bit of adult humor that's kind of maybe go over the, child's head, but you're going to get it, but it's not in a really kind of risque kind of way. So, but some of the songs are actually pretty catchy. I end up finding myself humming and singing some of the songs, especially the theme song a lot. My daughter really likes that too. So, the children, their voices, they don't annoy me. I think it has to do with the Australian accents. It just makes them sound so adorable and so cute. And I like the dynamic between Bluey and Bingo. They're sisters. Bluey's 2 years older than Bingo, but they play together well, and Bluey doesn't like hurting her sister's feelings, and, she's a good big sister. And then, of course, I like how Mom and Dad get involved with the children's games. And it's just kind of cute how they have interactions with each other, mother with child, father with child, Bluey kind of, takes after Bandit a little bit. They're kind of on the same kind of wavelength, and not just because they have the same coloration of their coats, the same way it is with Bingo and Chili. But, of course, Mama's gonna gravitate more towards the baby, and Bluey's like the bigger girl, so she kind of looks up to Dad. So I just like it. It's just really cute, and it does teach lessons. They're not shoved in your face, rammed down your throat, drilled into your ears. They teach good lessons, and they're very fun. The animation by Ludo Studios is just beautiful. I love it. And so it's very bright, it's colorful, it's warm. And of course, there are moments in there that make you laugh and smile, but there's ones that get you thinking, and even ones that kind of make you tear up. So eventually I might talk about some of my favorite episodes, because I kind of went through the episodes that I've seen. I've seen all of season 1 except for the Christmas episode, Veranda Santa, and I've seen all the episodes of season 2 except for Barky Boats, Christmas Swim, and Easter. I got to see Dad Baby on the internet. Somebody posted it. So those are the only episodes that I haven't seen, and it's not that there are some episodes that are bad or really awful. I think they're all pretty good. It's just there's some that you can gravitate towards liking more. I guess it depends. A quote, funny line, memorable scene, just something that sticks out in your head. And again, like I said, I have a tolerance and a childlike imagination where I can handle cartoons fine, as long as they don't get on my nerves. So I am really glad that I found Bluey. I think, like I said, I've gotten more into it than my daughter has, but as she gets older, perhaps a little bit. So we have these we have the cute plushies. I have her a Bluey book, and I bought her a pair of Bluey pajamas that she can't wear just yet, and I'm working on going to get the first season on DVD, and then I'm also going to at least try to find a Bandit and a Chili plush to complete my little healer family here. So they have other plushies of the characters, but I've seen them like advertised for a lot of money. These two plushies, I paid $8 a piece for these at Walmart. Some people are asking a lot more money for the other plushies that I haven't been able to find yet. So, and then of course they have play sets and all sorts of toys that my daughter can't play with yet because you have to be 3 years old and up. These are supposed to be 3 years old and up, but as long as they don't start chewing on the tags or rip the tags off, I don't see anything wrong with her playing with these plushies. So she's always holding Bingo or Bluey by the tails like this, or by their little hands, and their little feet. So I see nothing wrong with letting her play with them. I like them too. I like giving them cuddles. So these are actually newer ones. They've got different expressions on their faces than the other ones. They have like the little stars in their eyes, like when they do their please face. So I think that the kids are adorable. And I've noticed that they don't credit who the child actors are. I actually think that's very good. Because, as I've said, some parents and adults before, they'll watch children's shows and be like, the children, they're like really annoying. And that way, you kind of, online comments can't hurt these kids, because I'm pretty sure if their parents saw somebody commenting on whatever child character annoyed them, they wouldn't let their child see it, and that's actually pretty good. You don't need to put pressure on them. They're just kids, being kids, on a show for kids. But it's a show that parents can sit down and actually enjoy watching it too. So, and there's a lot of kind of Easter eggs, again, like I said, like things that parents are going to get, the child won't, but the child can laugh along. It's still funny. So, and I've talked about the dynamics with the parents with the children. It's really good that they're imaginative, and then they have their own adult friends, and then when their adult friends go into the games, that works. And then there are other members of Bluey's family, Bluey and Bingo's family. There's their Nana, there's their Uncle Stripe, their Aunt Trixie, and their cousins Muffin and Socks. So, and everybody plays off of each other very well. And I also like the dynamic between the mom and dad, between Chili and Bandit. It's kind of funny, but then you get to see moments where they really care for each other, and it's really heartwarming. And I like it, so it brings a smile to my face. So again, my day mostly revolves around it: making lunch, doing chores, making dinner. At night when I get time to myself, I could find something else on TV to watch. I end up going to Disney Junior and watching Bluey. So it's been a while that a cartoon has really gotten my interest that was not anime or was not geared towards adults. Cartoon Network has a couple of shows like that. They have Craig of the Creek, and they have Gumball. And I like how Craig of the Creek, they have diversity in it, in the characters, and talk about different genders, and kind of almost in like a Steven Universe kind of vibe. So, I like shows like those. But, stuff that also gets played on Cartoon Network a lot, like Teen Titans Go. Sometimes it's funny, and I like the humor that goes over the head of the child that I can get. But most of the time, it kind of annoys me. So it's very refreshing to find something out there that you want your kids to watch. That's why I hope as my daughter grows older, she'll want to watch Bluey. I mean, even if I just want to sit down and watch it, maybe she'll watch it with me. So, because it's, you have like a new generation of kids coming out, and you want them to be watching wholesome cartoons. So I'm not saying that all the other stuff on Disney Junior isn't good. I mean, I watch the stuff with like Mickey Mouse and stuff because, I grew up watching things with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy and stuff like that. So I don't mind watching it, but, there's just other shows that don't really catch my interest that much. Bluey is very different. It's just amazing. I don't understand how I went this long without watching it. So I guess being a parent, it really is a good thing, despite being tired, and it talks to the parents too. Like, tired all the time. My husband has to work all the time. It just connects with families. You can connect with things, because in the show, the parents, they have jobs, but you hardly ever like really see them at the jobs. So you mostly see them at home with the kids. So, and as a mom who is home with her kid all the time, I kind of relate to it. So and again, I like the stories, and then there's the use of music, the use of original music, and then taking like classical pieces and putting them in the episodes, and it kind of fits them really good. And I guess I will talk about one episode that has really hit a spot with me. I'll talk about the other episodes, but this one is, out of watching all of them, the one that's hit me the most, where I've kind of actually really shed tears. Not like bawling my eyes out, but I get a little misty-eyed when I watch it, because it actually hits close to home now to me. And that's the season 2 episode, Baby Race, when Chili is telling Bingo and Bluey about how Bluey learned how to walk. And how, like, she started doing other things early, and Chili was like a really proud mom, but then Judo starts doing things a lot faster than Bluey does. And, Chili just keeps wanting to try to get Bluey to do the exact same thing, which hence the baby race of the title. And then, well, in the end, Judo walks first, while Bluey is still kind of like crawling. And she's been going to this mother's group with a bunch of what she thinks are first-time moms, and she starts to feel like she's doing everything wrong as a mom because Bluey isn't walking yet. And then Coco's mom, Bella, comes to see Chili when she doesn't come to mother's group, and she, actually tells Chili that this is not her first child. Coco's not her first. This is like her 9th child. They're dogs. But a lot of human people have, big families too. But she says that, Chili's like, well, you must have learned a lot. And Bella's like, yes. And she turns to Chili and says, there's something you need to know. You're doing a good job. So, and then that makes Chili kind of happy, and she gets happy tears in front of Bluey and Bingo, and Bingo's like, are those happy tears, Mom? And she's like, yeah, they're happy tears. And then, Bingo asks, did Bluey learn how to walk? And she's like, yeah, she learned how to walk in the kitchen. And we see from little baby Bluey's point of view that she sees her mama, and she reaches out to her, and she learns how to walk. So, and I guess it just really hits with me because, the doctors, they want my daughter to learn how to walk. So I'm starting at home to see. I knew I would, but they want her to walk, and she's not walking yet. But she's learning, how to pull herself up and stand and stuff. But for a while, it was making me feel like I wasn't doing good as a mom. And it's a little bit harder with my daughter being born during this time with, COVID and stuff. We've kind of technically been isolating, except for my husband having to go to work to, earn a living to take care of me and my daughter and himself. But my daughter hasn't been around other kids her own age. She hasn't been around a lot of other families, so I haven't been around the few friends that I have, and the friends that I have, their mothers and their grandmothers. So, I haven't been around somebody else being a parent longer than I have, or more experience, telling me that I'm doing a good job. So it's really a personal thing that hit me the first time I watched it. So it can connect with parents. I guess another episode I can talk about that would kind of relate to something is an episode called Duck Cake. They're going to make this duck cake for Bingo's birthday. Chili has to take Bingo to her little hockey practice, so it's Bluey and Bandit at home. Bluey has to clean up her toys while Bandit's trying to do this cake, and he keeps trying to do it. When he goes to try to put the head on the duck cake, it falls on the floor, and this look of defeat just comes on his face, and not like a kind of defeat, it's like a kind of look of defeat. And he actually literally sits down on the ground with his arms like this and his head kind of down like that. And Bluey's like, "Are you okay, Dad?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then Bluey cleans up the mess of the duck cake for her dad. And then she tells him, "Well, we can fix the cake to look like a duck." And then he goes up to clean the mess and finds that Bluey has done it. And he's like, "Did you clean up the mess?" And she's like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "Thanks, Bluey." And her little tail starts wagging. She's just so happy that she made her dad so happy. So, but that just look of defeat that comes on Bandit's face. Sometimes parents can feel that way. I know I do. Sometimes I feel defeated when I can't get her to walk, when I can't get my daughter to walk like they want her to, or eat what they want her to eat, or play how they say she needs to play. So, it's just nice that there's somebody out there who understands that, because, the script had to be written, and, so I think most of the stories are written by Joe Brum with maybe help from another writer. So, that really just, it hits home for me, kind of Baby Race and Duck Cake, with the way that you can feel like you were just not doing everything up to standards. So I just felt like I needed to share that, for anybody out there who's around my age. I'm almost 40 years old, and I've got this cartoon that made me mist up with tears and makes me laugh, but I don't feel stupid or silly about it, no matter how much my husband may tell me that, it's silly to watch a child's show and like it so much. So I'm glad there's something out there like Bluey for parents to watch. So even if you aren't a parent, even if you don't have children, if you have little nieces or nephews or little brothers and little sisters, that are preschool age, sit down and watch it with them. You'll laugh, you'll tear up. It's just a good show that I feel if my daughter starts watching it more often and grows up watching it, she will be a good person, because that's what most of the lessons are. They teach about life and, things that are going to happen. And I just think this is something beautiful that is out there. So if you have a chance, you can catch it on Disney Junior. They play it early in the mornings on Disney Channel. It's on Disney Plus, if you have Disney Plus, and it's on the Disney Now app that you can get on your TV. It's free, but depending what provider you have, you can unlock more episodes. So I don't have a lot on Disney Now that I can watch, but there's ways to watch it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube as well, and maybe some other sort of site where you need to have like some sort of subscription to it. But you have the time, whether you have kids or not, sit down and watch Bluey. It's not going to take a lot of time out of your day. Most of the episodes on TV are 3 little 7-minute cartoons. If you don't catch all of them, it's fine. Just sit down and watch one. It's just a good show to watch. And I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on that. So, who knows what kind of video I might come out with next. Will it be about another book? Will it be more about my favorite episodes of Bluey? Who knows? It depends. It's a surprise. So, until I see you next time, I hope that you have a good day.